Miyako Hazama, welcome to our amazing summit. I am so happy to introduce you. And I really think that you're such a great example of a woman who is interested in reinvention. You and I have a
Yeah.
very similar background. So I
Yeah.
appreciate the fact that we both came from the trenches of corporate, being in the professional arena for so long and then transitioning into a new career. So you really come from a place of knowing what that looks like. So I believe that this time with you is going to be invaluable for people that perhaps are in the same space or they
Yeah.
have a very interesting and unique expertise that maybe you're like,
Mhm.
well, how do I wrap my head around it? How do I express to people what it is that I do? So, welcome, Miyako Hazama, and I would love for you to tell people a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much for having me into this virtual summit of really inspiring all the beautiful entrepreneurship, women going through this new career. And I'm super, super excited. My name is Miyako Hazama, and I'm a menopause energy expert. So I help busy professional ladies going through perimenopause or menopause get relief naturally and with a method little known Asian energetic fountain of youth. So I'm super excited to share the story that I've gone through and the three tips that I really come to embrace to actually keep going and grow my business.
Mhm. Well, I think
So
it's really
super
important for
excited.
people to realize, yeah, like this is something that we see quite a bit. We start out in one on one path, right? You have a very deep expertise that's very unique. In fact, a handful of people have this expertise in the world. So, can you tell the viewer what how did you come to find this expertise, or how did you get started with your business? How did this all come about?
Yes, thank you so much asking me because I've learned the real secret of breathing through my master mentor for 30 years back. And he's an energy expert. And he told me a lot of things, but the amazing thing was I healed my allergy completely in my 20s. So that brought me to learn his expertise and became his apprenticeship for over 30 years and coaching thousands of students and seeing the beautiful transformation happening with the power of breathing. And I was doing that during my full-time job at one of the Japanese beer company, like Patty. You were working in the corporate. So I really get that people are actually kind of developing their skills or expertise in a really surprising way and
Mm-hmm.
keep doing that.
So I definitely think that your zone of genius is so unique in that you bring this 30-year apprenticeship that you developed over time, which became that evolve into you becoming an expert at it, right? So now you're
Yeah.
helping women with menopause. And this is a very unique situation that women typically over 45ish or so starts to get confronted with. And when you talk about the differentiation is that the one thing that you bring to the table is a real valuable natural solution. So
Exactly.
that is something that tell me a little bit about how you came to that realization.
Is it okay that I share the tip number one?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes, yes, because it really connect
Okay.
to, I think, the question that you asked me.
Okay.
And one of the things, okay, I was in corporate, I was developing this beautiful method, the secret of power breathing. And I thought, okay, I can serve this world to help people get healthier and more energized. So I decided to leave the corporate, in 2018 and started a coaching business with the breathing. But when it comes to the breathing, I thought I was niching down enough to help many people, because I'm not like a health expert, but I'm a breathing specific type of skills that I have. I think many of your audience can relate, right? People are listening to this can have this, surely have this something to share, want to share, to help. But what happened? But what happened is that I was teaching breathing, but tip number one is that solving problems won't make money.
Okay.
And this is really the reality that I have to really embrace, because I was helping a lot of people and I thought I could earn money. You know, people like the experts are saying like, okay, solve people problems and you can make money with that. You can build business.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was niching down. So I provided like a challenge, 7-day challenges or free workshop. And when I go through, people get excited. Okay, I got like, I can get rid of my smoking habits, or like beautiful transformation happening within that days. But when it comes to the final offer of offering my group coaching program, okay, honestly, only a few people remain, meaning they said, goodbye. Thank you, Miyako. You are so kind. I love your method. Right? So this was a reality I really have to embrace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it hurt me because I thought, okay, is a method that I've been working for over 30 years is not valuable.
Oh,
People are not really, ready to kind of invest in this. So
oh,
I not only like, I lost confidence in my own methodology, but it's really dangerous that I almost close to losing the identity that I can serve, in the business with this offer, and it's crushed, right?
oh, wow.
So what I found, and with your help, Patty, with that, okay, something nice, people enjoy or appreciate something nice, but they are not ready to invest.
Right. Yeah, I think this is a really important distinction for the viewers, that they'll go through a program and they'll say, okay, come up with a methodology. And then you're like, okay, I got my methodology. And then the reality is, if the message to market match isn't there, that's where the confusion comes in. Or in your case, you were providing those transformations and the challenges and whatnot, but people were walking away saying, that was awesome, thank you. And then nothing happens.
Exactly. And that was a priority, when I asked why they didn't buy,
Yeah.
I have a problem, I was already doing that, but I have a more enticing, taking care of my children or whatever. So they are not allowing themselves to invest.
It's not a priority.
Yeah. And what happened after I figure out a beautiful, like the lady that I serve in the area of menopause and perimenopause, they have really enticing, the challenges. It's like, like hot flashes, night sweats, sleep, low libido, weight gain, all this crazy noise, like putting their shadow on their life. So they cannot really continue the way they used to.
Right.
That's why they are really serious in finding the solution, and also trying to really open the door to listen to me.
Yes. Yes. Because they have an urgent need.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think, Patty, you always share in your podcast about finding your positioning and niche, but I thought breathing was niching down enough. I could help breathing 10 years kid up to like 90 years old, like my dad. Yes, those are really helpful, but unless you find that your specific audience that you want to serve, and also you want to really actually connect with them in a deeper level of that like emotional journey they are going through.
Right.
That totally made changes on my business. So I started to have coaching clients with that. Once I really figure out, and the interesting thing is that I also started to deliver the value, the outcome they want to get, like relief from migraines or all these struggles very quickly because they are all serious and committed.
That's excellent. What a great tip. That is such a great tip. So, again, just solving problems isn't enough. It's not going to make you money. So, this is where drilling down, finding the real pain is so essential. Okay, so let's go to, and if I may, here's a great example of most people would throw in the towel and say, this isn't for me. This isn't going to work out
Yeah.
because you were in a situation where you were losing confidence. And that's
Exactly.
a really important point.
Danger, danger,
That's
danger, right?
dangerous, right? Because if you
Yeah.
think about it, one of the biggest struggles is if you're working on your business and you're trying to figure things out and things aren't working, you're like, why isn't this working? I'm really doing the work because I know you and you were always such a diligent student, if you will, of everything. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
Miyako, you do this, and you're like always on it. And yet things weren't working. It's like, okay, why isn't it working? And that's the thing, is being tenacious enough to say there has to be a way. And it's just a matter of
Yeah.
finding that. So I really acknowledge you for doing that because you have a lot of
Yeah.
tenacity and perseverance. And that's
Yeah.
part of your secret to the success that you're achieving as a result.
Thank you so much. And I think going back to the question you asked, so why I came to this perimenopause is
Yeah.
that awareness. Because if I were like enjoying that breathing coach success, then
Yeah.
I'm not here, meaning I'm not helping now, like I'm currently doing to helping women, thrive in their prime years. So I
Yeah.
really appreciate the journey that I went through because I was, oh my God, so much stuck in that breathing and quickly kind of transformed into finding the real audience that I can serve and I enjoy serving with your help,
Oh,
Patty.
that's awesome. All right,
Yeah.
Bianca, let's go to tip number two of damn, wish somebody would have told me that. What's your
Yeah.
tip number two?
Yay. So this
Use your knife.
is really related to this problem of like having people are having pain. And I used to feel so much empathy for that. So when it comes to like a discovery call, I just can't really, listen to them, but I wanted to guide them to offer a solution as quickly as possible. So it means that I haven't stayed in the pain where they are. I haven't
Oh,
listened to them. And even so I was really having resistance or using this knife thing, right? Because people said pain, but it hurts. And I know how it hurts. So many of the people who are listening, you might be like me, like uplifter, cheerleader. So you want to quickly deliver the value and help those women, but right. So when it comes to just helping and here's what you can do, no, they won't listen to me because I think for me, using the knife is like trying to understand where they are and what kind of the challenges they go through so that the knife can be used in a surgery, right? So it's not like pull your
oh,
knife
I
and
see.
stab
I see.
somebody. No, knife, when you use a knife wisely enough, and even that I learned, like twisting the knife, right? It's painful. Ooh, but when I kind of trying to twist the knife, right? Incorporate that concept of twisting the knife to show them what's going to happen if you are staying in this block, right? Your family, your kids, well, it's not my mom like that in the perimenopause. You know how that they feel, right? So
Mm.
when it comes to using a knife, okay, I learned that my tip number two is, okay, I can use my knife like a surgery, during the surgery, and very wisely. And people can relate to whether I'm coming from that helping mode of energy or just playing around with them, like, so it's authenticity, and your energy is just, they feel that. So okay, now I learned that, and I put the TikTok, the post about, like a twisting their knife, and see what happening, because people are starting to engage, asking me questions, sharing what they know. Oh, I have a terrible, hot flashes, I couldn't sleep, all these type of things coming up.
So that goes to the saying of seek to understand and then to be understood. In other words, if
Exactly.
you go to the value of your product or your service or your program for like too soon, you too soon means the
Yeah.
person is going to be like, okay, they're just trying to sell me. But what you're
Yes.
in essence saying, and the way that I'm interpreting it is like you're seeking to understand. You're seeking to understand their pain. You're seeking to understand the cause and effect of the pain and really be in it so that they feel that they're heard. And that's a very powerful position to take when it comes to then providing the solution that you have.
Exactly.
Very smart.
So it's very, very coming from like a peaceful mind,
Yeah.
and really the wishing for their well-being, at the same time listening
Yes.
what's happening in
Yeah.
their life. Yeah.
Brilliant. All
Yeah.
right. What about tip number three?
Yeah. So this is also the tips that I want to share, like be selfish.
Be selfish.
And selfish sometimes, like, yeah, not sometimes, often take it as like, you are just thinking about yourself, right?
Mhm.
But when it comes to like people who are starting to do the coaching business, they are like servers. So including myself, and I should say most of my clients, they are serving everywhere, meaning all the world's responsibilities on their shoulder. They are taking care of course, they are growing their business, taking care of their kids, right? Like homeschooling, and your dad and mom who are aging and who have the pain, like me, I experienced that too. And even like, your pet has cancer, right? So
Mm.
if there's a special thing that they are often put everything under their responsibilities. But I think we can also share about, we talked about how that entrepreneurship is different from being in a corporate. So I learned that from like 34 years in serving in a large corporation. So I can, of course, there's like a management, skill needed to stay in that position or have that position right in the organization. But many people are taking care of how they run the business. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, oh my goodness, you need energy everywhere,
Yeah.
like not only yourself, your family, but your team. You have to lead your team, and you have to deliver the value for your clients. So
Mhm.
what I came to realize, especially in the past few months, I was taking care of my mom, coming back from the wheelchair and start, helping her to, walk with her, two sticks. I came to realize that, okay, I have to really be selfish, and it's okay to be selfish, because my business is a long-term business, and I would love to thrive in the coming 20 years, right? Even when I will be 60 in December, but I want to thrive in the coming 20 or 30 years. So what's so crucial is to really be selfish enough to protect our energy.
Yes. Yes. That is so important because yeah, entrepreneurship requires a lot of energy and attention, and
Ah,
important to gift yourself that time to be selfish. So I couldn't agree with you more. In fact, that really helps to eliminate the burnout, right? And really understand
exactly.
boundaries, right? Your boundaries, what you're available for. I think it's just like you said, it's about being very, very aware of where your energy is. And where
Exactly.
you're expending energy. So that's a really good tip too. All right. So we're just going to recap on the tips that you gave, Miyako. Number one is solving problems won't make you money. Number two was the knife.
Yes, use your knife.
Use your knife. Use your knife in order to deeply understand your prospects.
Cross.
And then
Yes.
number three is be selfish.
Yes. So
Protect.
those are three my best tips that I really come to embrace
Yeah.
and having like fun in everyday business practices because you have to be, putting yourself out there on social media and through the coaching. So these are current my best tips.
Well done. Well done, Miyako. All right. So how can people find out more about you, the deep expertise that you have in breathing, and how you help people? Where can they find you?
Yes, yes. So my best advice, if you are currently experiencing like perimenopause or menopause symptoms and you're looking for some natural ways, I'm inviting you to check out my video, complimentary training video, the 5 proven pillars to an amazing life in perimenopause. And I'm sharing the secret that Asian women have been using for 1,000 years to relieve their perimenopause. So that's one thing. And I have a YouTube channel, a very newborn YouTube channel called Menopause Wonder. So I'm going to put more videos on it so you can really definitely check it out. And hopefully I invite you to subscribe to get the newest tips in life.
Yes.
And I'm also on TikTok and Instagram too.
Excellent. So you can find Miyako Hazama. I've seen her TikToks, really helpful. And another thing I do want to let you all know, this really is an Asian or an ancient Asian secret, tapping into the fountain of youth. Because when I was talking to Miyako one time and I found out that she's almost 60, which I find unbelievable. And then like, oh, I've never had any menopause. I'm like, well, what?
Yeah,
And that's
I
how I'm like, you
really remember that.
yeah, that's like that was a big turning point. I'm like, wait a minute, this is amazing. So more people have to hear about this. So check out miyakohazama.com. All the information will be on the page where the replay will be in, so you can see it there. If you're watching this in the group, it'll be right below so you can connect with her. Check out Miyako's YouTube, Menopause
Yeah.
Wonder, and
Yeah.
really tap into the immense amount of resources that she provides and her expertise. Miyako, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much. And I look forward to connecting with all of you listening or watching. Yes. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Miyako. Thanks for your tips. I so appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.